Hey everyone, welcome back to our exciting episode of Attack Productions. Today we're doing something very different, and it's more of a throwback to what me and Fluffy used to do. We're bringing back Digimon to some degree as well. I kind of mentioned in one of my weekly update videos, but I got Austin and Fluff both joining us today, and hopefully you guys enjoy Digimon as much as we do. There's buttons down below, feel free to click them there for a reason, and let us know if you actually play this game. But from here on out, I'm going to let them take it over because I'm not up to date. Guys?
Yeah, it's been a while. Trevor, Austin, and I have been foraying into the digital world, becoming reacquainted with Digimon, and I gotta say, I'm really enjoying it.
I am too. I really liked it when it first came out, but it was so expensive. It was so hard to get at first. So it just really took me out of it, and I just kind of stayed with just only playing Dragon Ball. But man, when we've been playing the last few months and getting reacquainted with it, I'm in love with this game.
Yeah, Bancroft and I and another friend stayed in the game until about set. I think the last product we bought was set 7.
Yeah, I think it was 7. Oh, talk about your proxy real quick, because you forgot to text me.
Yeah, so I'm procking Analog Youths here. It's just the best deck for 4 Sovereigns, which is what I'm playing. This deck, I find it plays like a weird mixture between Mega Zoo and Ricky Rush. It's like the perfect balance between the two. If you somehow found a way to balance Mega Zoo and Ricky Rush, that's what 4 Sovereigns is. So here I'm establishing 2 Analog Youth before I drop a Deva and then load a Deva into the breeding area.
This game started off pretty rough for me. I didn't see my a rookie or a level 4, so I was forced to go into my 7 drop and then go straight into Apollomon and just start swinging at a security. It's really the only thing I had going, and wasn't that happy that it was here, but
the early Apollomon is problematic for me. I have to get set up and I have to generate a board in order to utilize the 4 Sovereign Ace cards to disrupt your plays. And I don't think I have, at that point, I didn't have a 4 Sovereign in hand to actually use. And Apollomon is just a removal piece for you every turn. Plus, if you establish Digivolution sources on him via your other effects, he just starts becoming bigger security checks. So an early Apollomon is really good against me.
Yeah. This deck's also just really weird. Fluff and I played quite a few warm games because we just got these decks in and we were playing and testing out. And then I had gotten pretty used to how this deck works now. But playing against 4 Sovereigns is weird because they're all the aces they have. So literally every time you're going to swing, you're going to have an ace thrown on you.
Yeah. The one I just played is Baihomon. And I really like this card. A lot of people dog on this card. I actually like it a lot. It's a good way to speed your deck up. If your opponent deletes the Baihomon, you delete the Digimon with the highest play cost, I believe. So his Apollomon doesn't want to touch the Baihomon. And then losing my Digimon to security check sucks. But now it puts Austin in a position that if he swings and checks with Apollomon, I get to just pop with Baihomon. But I have to figure out how to spend the energy that Austin has given me this turn.
Yeah, that's the one thing too, is with playing against the Sovereigns, you get a lot of memory. Your opponent gives you a ton. Like Fluff gives you like 5 and 6 and 7. This one kind of choked me out a bit, but I have a memory tamer, which normally you wouldn't need in this kind of matchup, but it helped me a little bit there. We finally got a rookie established too in the
breeding area. Gracenovamon does a lot and is very memory efficient in and of itself. So 4 Sovereigns just loading you down with memory is an advantage that you have, but one of the crux of this matchup is that Apollomon.
Yeah.
If you swing and I'm able to ace like I am here, you're going to security check. And again, I hit a card that's not Deva on the Baihalmon, which is why some people may prefer not to play this at a higher copy of. But now you're forced to delete one of my Baihalmon, and I can rip your Apollomon.
So for wording specification, that card state choose one, not up to one, I guess.
It has to. You have to choose one. Say it's not up to.
Yeah.
Or you
has to delete a Digimon.
Yeah. It says delete a Digimon. It's not you may, or you choose up to. Digimon has a lot of you may do things, you know. But yeah, it's delete one Digimon with equal DP or less than this Digimon. And normally it's great. You know, like normally, you know, like, oh cool, I get to delete, you know, the ace and get all the cool stuff for the overflow, which is the memory's nice, but every single sovereign has like a on deletion effect, which is rough.
Yeah. And the blue side of Gracenovamon is really effective against this deck because I don't have Digivolution sources. So there are multiple pieces in the blue side of Gracenovamon which rip a source and then say these Digimon cannot attack, which really slows my game down. I want to be kind of rushy, putting a bunch of things into you. But you're just playing this blue side, which just stuns me out. So in a way, these decks kind of counter each other.
Yeah.
They're not exactly like one is not superior to the other in my eyes. I think that both decks have a lot of potential against the other. It's just a matter of who has the better hand quality, who's got the better strategy going on. In Austin's case, it's do I have equal parts to make an Apollo and Dianamon to go into the Gracenovamon?
Yeah.
In my case, it's do I have aces? Do I have different named Devas? Am I able to establish a Fanglongmon?
My only gripe with the deck is I actually love this deck. It's so fun to play. I had so much fun playing it last night. But my biggest gripe with it is that the blue tamer, like Grace Nova, is protected from your opponent's deleting effects. But the blue tamer allows you to DNA Digivolve into Grace Nova at the start of your opponent's turn. But then at the end of that turn, you delete the Digimon. So you don't really get to keep Grace Nova. It's just kind of there. And then I guess it deletes the whole stack. So it's while you get to do the deletion thing and the nice thing that Grace Nova does, and maybe get a blocker and stop it, it really messes up your entire chain. So I wish that it had that source protection you could do. Just go ahead and make, all right, I'm going to get rid of these two. Because you can do that as many times, not once per turn. Like you can do it for each time you have multiple sources in it. It's similar to the X antibody inherited effect. So, except you can do it numerous times, just the once. And here is the Fanglongmon that is the bane of my existence.
This Fanglongmon is really strong. The whole purpose of this deck is to establish a large number of Deva tagged cards or 4 sovereign cards of different names in your trash. And then the extra card, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a 12 cost, gets reduced by 1 for each different name. So you can effectively cheat out a Fanglongmon for free, and then on play or when attacking, you tuck 4 different Deva names or 4 sovereigns from your trash into your deck, into the bottom of your deck, and then neg your opponent's board by 4,000 for each card tucked. So it's a potential minus 16,000 to every card on your opponent's side of the field.
Yeah, and here I'm trying to find something because Dianamon's great because it trashes a source for every source I have underneath mine for one Digimon. So I can trash up to like, I can trash 1 or I can trash up to like 10. It's like a lot. But and every Digimon that doesn't have sources cannot attack. And here I was just trying to find something. I was trying to find my Sorai so that way I could trash from underneath the other beast there to the left.
Yeah, the Baihalmon.
No, the Phoenix one, whatever that was.
The Zhuqua.
Yeah. But, no Sorai, so this one's unfortunately a whiff.
Yeah.
So The that was also a really rough game because I had bricked my hand a lot, and I had played probably 5 or 6 games before we started recording, and I had not bricked once with this
Yeah,
deck.
you were consistently making Dianamon and or Apollomon every game. And then in that game, like on that turn one or your first turn, which I guess would be turn two, you slammed down that level 5 and put me at like 6 or 7. And I was like, geez, okay, so that's how this game is going to be. So I was really hoping to get to show off Gracenovamon a little bit better than what had happened there. And I'm still working on ratios for 4 Sovereigns. So I'm going to change some of the Devas. I ordered some of the Antilamon that came out in EX4 to jam in there. It's just superior than the blue Antilamon, which I think I'm running at like a 1 or 2 of in the deck.
Yeah, and there, so with the I think it's Furamon, that level 4, and the Lekismon, both of them you pick a Light Fang and a Nightclaw or a Galaxy and the searching. So like you always get a Night Fang, but when it comes to a Light Claw, you have to pick a Light Claw or a Galaxy. So you search that, you pay it's a 4 drop, which I love that. Like it's only running I run 4 of each of the set. So for each line of the Apollomon, each line for the Dianamon, for each level I run 4 of. So it's 8 rookies, 8 champions, 8 ultimates, 8 megas, all that. So
I was very critical of those ratios when you sent me the deck list to throw together. And I was like, man, I don't know. This just seems really inconsistent. But the deck has so much search potential.
Yeah, it does. Because you can, with the red tamer there, you can put it underneath. If you have one of the rookies, you can put a card underneath and gain 2 memory. And then if you have at least 3 sources, Digivolution sources, your level 5s are basically a free play at that point because they reduce the cost by 2, so it's a free Digivolution. And then the deck does a lot of just recycling here. As you see, like I've searched now twice on this turn for almost nothing.
Yeah, like, it's been like free searches. I wanted to touch real quick on the main Deva mechanic. We didn't talk about this in game 1. But when you play a Deva, all Devas have an ability where you draw one, and then you get to place a Deva whose name is not on your field or not in your trash, and put it into your breeding area. Which is why I say it's like you're paying 7 for one Digimon, but you're loading a Digimon into the breeding area. So you're playing essentially 2 Digimon for 7 energy. It is 7 energy, but it's 2 Digimon that net you a draw, set you up for next turn. They all have really nice inheritables, except for the blue. I don't like the blue inheritable very much. It just doesn't do enough to help this deck out.
And right there, I did a little memory correction because the Crescimon would have been only 1 because I had 1 card with 3 Digivolution at least, in there. And then same with the, I think it's a Flaremon. I can't remember the names of the Lion one too bad besides Apollomon. But here I get Apollomon and Diana set up here. And I got my blocker there for Diana. I've got Apollo. He has Blitz. I go for the swing here just because I need some aggression while I have this set up here. I know he has the aces, but I just needed something here. I wanted to risk it, and he did the Baihaumon, which isn't terrible for me, but we get the Analog Youth there. That's the second check. And then he has Security Attack plus 3 because I have 6 sources underneath him. So he gets plus 1 for each source. So he's Security Attack plus 2 for 3 checks. And that was a great check for me, and I got to delete something. But now my guy is vulnerable because he's only the blue cards that give him generally plus 2,000 DP on the opponent's turn, and the red ones inherited are plus 2,000 on my turn. So he's at 14,000, and so I'm kind of a little rough here. And then he, digivolves onto the Fanglongmon.
Here I misplayed. I should not have gotten that effect off on the Fanglongmon, but I would have been able to attack with the Fanglongmon because he's not affected by opponent's Digimon effects. and resolve that effect. So it's not a huge misplay, but it is a misplay because
Yeah, that's
that
right.
effect only occurs on play or when attacking.
Right there, it could have changed something because I used the Goodnight Moon to make sure it couldn't
Mhm.
attack.
Yeah.
So you probably would have swung with it first, though, if you had the whole effect. So it would have went either way. You would have swung first,
Out of
and
curiosity,
Yeah.
why not swing then?
I think that Digimon was selected by Dianamon to not swing,
Ah,
and I had forgotten that Fanglongmon is not affected by opponents' Digimon effects, so it would have enabled that Digimon to swing after that, if my thinking is correctly.
that's
Um,
to my knowledge, it's the effect happened before that, so it's static to that Digimon. I don't know if it would affect afterwards. Digimon Tophic because Cressamon is what would have stopped it from
yeah,
attacking.
yeah.
But so that's just
That's why I didn't attack there, because we weren't sure on the ruling. But I definitely misplayed. It does not get its effect on when digivolving.
yeah.
what's up with this juggling you got, Austin? Where I've been on the game for a while. This is just a interesting mechanic for me.
Yeah, so it's this deck. So this deck it allows you to there's lots of those red tamers allow you to put a top digivolution card underneath as a source, and then you can digivolve from a card in your hand for free. So basically if you go down to level 3, you can go back to level 4 and digivolve and same
Yeah,
things level 4 levels, levels
yeah. So
5.
you're basically tucking a 4 to re-digivolve into a 4 for free, or a 5 for a 5, or a 3 for a 3. It just really increases the consistency of the deck, and all of the red cards increase during Austin's turn by 2,000 apiece, and all the blue cards increase by 2,000 during my turn.
Yep, all the level 4 and level 5 blues and reds do that. So it's very it's like right now, I have a level 5 and level 4 red. Then I have two level 4 blues underneath. So this Apollomon, instead of being 12,000, is now 16,000 on both turns.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and there's the Sorai. Trying to protect my guy, so that way I can't, hopefully not get destroyed by effects, but I'm just needing to like do something. And I'm this is a misplay by me because I could have attacked because I had the blitz,
Yeah.
which I should have done that. Still learning the decks here.
I think not attacking is the correct move. Just because if you attack, it opens a window for me to ace, which will get me past Sorai.
Yeah, and
So
and I could
yeah,
have if I go into if I have a Dianamon and go into Grace Nova, I could have protected it, but it's you get one attack in, which is fine. So we were good with that, and also the shop was closing here, so I'm rushing, trying to figure out like what
Real
what to
qu-
do
yeah.
here.
Real quick, if the big boy is not affected by skills, what's preventing him from attacking? Just for my own clarification.
Sarai is an option card, and Fanglongmon is not affected by Digimon effects.
Okay, so it was an option card that was in play. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then goes the Dynamon, and then we my thought here is I'm going to I try to think I'm going to swing with Apollomon and then go into Grace Nova just to try to get something because I was really needing. I think I should go straight to Grace Nova. Actually, never mind. I was thinking back and forth between what I wanted to do.
I have a black Deva on the field, which inheritable gives blocking. So if he swings with anything, I'm just going to go into a 4 sovereign over the black card and
But I
then
can
block
delete.
with it and then remove, but your Grace Nova deleted the black card, which
Yeah.
prevents me from having a blocker. So I have to play this very carefully, even though I do have one coming up from the back that's not affected. Grace Nova can be tricky.
But to be fair too, like you have the all those effects, so it's I was kind of screwed because he had so many on the board. And I don't have a consistent board wipe.
I drew the Evan Wumon for turn, which let me tap his blocker. and which let me get my one swing through for a game.
And with that being said, if you guys enjoyed Digimon content, let us know in the comments down below. We'll bring up more of this either every week or every other week, depending on how our scheduling works out. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Like always, buttons, links. Bye.